First scene of the Flute of Peace. Fade in. Exterior, river cliff, day. A girl, 10, in a long dress, stands on the edge of the river cliff with her arms open wide. Her long blonde hair flutter in the stormy wind. She cries in desperation. Close up on the girl's face, her eyes suddenly astonish in determination.
Forgive me.
We hear a thunder. The lightning strikes, and the drops of the rain fall to the ground. The girl closes her eyes and makes a step forward. Flashback. Exterior, sky, day. We fly by the eagle in the clear sky. The eagle looks down. Aerial shot. We see a village. It is small and green with the river, green fields feeding cattle. The village is surrounded by the high mountains. One side of it merges with the black oak forest. The narrator speaks.
Gizilbuta, the village where the story starts.
Cut to. Exterior, village street, day. Late 19th, early 20th century. We see the neat streets, stone houses with red tile roofs and Eastern motive windows with colorful frescoes. The roads built of river boulders, grape trees embrace the fences. As we move down the street, we approach a noisy place. It is a green bazaar. Cut to. Exterior, green bazaar, same time. A crowd walks between the food rows. A lot of vegetables, fruits, herbs, meat, and sweets. People talk, trying to negotiate the price. A boy with a donkey sells water. A fat, rich, dressed man with a beard sells colorful fabrics and golden jewelry. Cut to. Interior, Smith workshop, day. It is dark. Fire flickers from the firebox. Metal articles are everywhere. A man sits by the fire and works over a new masterpiece. It is Nabi. Nabi Demirci, 35, is a tall, well-built man. He has dark, curly hair and a sharp-ended mustache. Suddenly, a tiny girl runs into the home. It is Jaira, 4, Nabi's daughter. She is frightened.
Papa, Mama feels bad. Something happened to her.
Nabi stands up and they rush out. Cut to. Interior, Nabi's house, kitchen, simultaneous. We see a young pregnant woman sitting on the floor. Her beautiful face is twisted with pain. Her long black braids touch the floor. It is Nabi's wife, Guli, 30. We see a boy close to her. It is Aslan, 6, Nabi's elder son. He has features of his father. Aslan seems confused. He caresses his mother's shoulder. Nabi and Jayran enter the kitchen. They run to Guli.
What happened, Guli? Do you feel bad? Should I send for Teli?
Yes, bring her here. It is too painful.
Nabi takes Guli in his arms and puts her on the sofa. Then he rushes out of the house. Interior, Nabi's house, kitchen, later. Nabi, with another woman, run into the house. Teli, 50, is a midwife. She is middle height, thin and sinewy woman with red hair covered under the headscarf. Teli comes close to Guli and looks into her eyes. Guli looks back, her eyes narrow in pain.
I need all of you out.
Cut to. Exterior, Nabi's yard, late night. Nabi sits on the bench close to the house entrance door. A small campfire flickers in front of him, illuminating his face and front body. We hear Guli's screams and moans. Nabi seems worried and exhausted. Nabi looks up to the stars. His attention is drawn by one star, which he has never seen before. It is big and blue. The star starts moving and disappears behind the black oak forest. Smash cut 2. Exterior valley, same time. Close on, unknown black eyes. We see falling blue star reflected in them. Cut 2. Exterior, Nabi's yard, early dawn. Suddenly, Teli opens the door of the house. She looks tired and worried.
Nabi, come.
Nabi stands up in a hurry and runs after Teli into the house. Interior, Nabi's house, kitchen, same time. Nabi enters the kitchen and runs to Guli. Guli, with her eyes closed, lies on the sofa. Blood is all around her. Teli stands close to Nabi. She cries silently. Nabi looks at Teli with horror in his eyes.
Teli, what happened? My Guli? You told everything is fine. And the child, where is it?
Teli looks down, avoiding his gaze. Nabi looks around and sees a little body covered with a white fabric on a wooden chair. We understand that the child is dead. Nabi lowers his head and breathes deeply.
I don't know why it happened. I did my best, but the child was dead. Guli lost much blood. I put some herbs under her tongue. She's asleep now, but we need more of those herbs. You have to get them and bury the baby. It was a girl.
Nabi approaches the wooden chair, slowly lifts the fabric and looks at the baby. We see the pain in his eyes. Teli wraps the body into white textile and gives it to Nabi. Cut 2. Exterior Black Forest, dawn. We see wistful Nabi walking through the woods with a wrapped dead baby in his hands. He weeps quietly. Black oaks are so high that the rays of the morning sun barely break through the thick branches, illuminating only small patches of ground. It is dark and damp. The carpet of fallen leaves covers the whole ground. Suddenly we see Nabi waking up from severe thoughts. He stops and looks back. We see the fear in his eyes. He looks down and sees a juniper bush. Nabi drops down and starts digging ground with a small shovel. He digs a deep hole and buries the dead baby. He leans towards the grave. Suddenly we hear a rustle not far away from him. Nabi shudders and gets up. He takes the shovel in order to protect himself. We hear the narrator's voice.
Now Nabi has realized that he came to the place he was not supposed to. The Black Forest. The story of black lynx living here came to his mind. It could rip him apart, and he would never see his family again.
Nabi slowly approaches the big juniper bush. After he comes closer, we see him surprised by the view. He drops on his knees and puts away the shovel. We see a newborn baby under the juniper. It is alive, wrapped in blue silk. The baby does not cry, just looks with its deep blue eyes. Nabi is astonished. He looks at the child in surprise. Nabi raises his head and looks around. Not a clue of human being here. Nabi takes the baby in his arms. A euphoric smile appears on his face, as if some idea came to his mind. Suddenly the dark forest turns into sunny and clear, as if the oaks push aside and open the trail to the village. Needed herbs are right at the edge of the trail. Nabi, with baby in his hands, rushes out of the forest. Cut 2. Interior, Nabi's house, morning. Guli is still asleep. Teli is cleaning the kitchen. Nabi enters the house. Teli hurries to him. We see a surprise on Teli's face as she sees happy Nabi with a child in his arms.
How can it be? Did the baby return to live? But
Teli approaches Nabi. He gives her the baby. She raises her head and looks at Nabi. She is confused.
it is not yours, a different baby. But how?
Yes, it is a different baby. I found it in the Black Forest, close to the grave of my baby. I don't remember how, but I appeared in the Black Forest with no way out, and then I saw this.
Teli puts the baby on the table and unwraps it. They both look at the baby with hesitation. After Teli opens the blanket, they see a newborn girl. Her skin is white. She has golden hair and deep blue eyes. There are a golden chain and pendant around the baby's neck. The pendant is big with a bright blue diamond in the middle. Teli and Nabi exchange gazes. The blanket is also made of very rich fabric.
There is nobody looking like her in our village, and never was. She is blonde with blue eyes, and from the very rich places. How could she appear there?
I don't have a clue. It is just a miracle sent to us from God, and I will accept it.
Look here.
Teli points to the backside of the baby's head. We see a birthmark, 4 points that make the shape of a rhombus, and a bigger spot in the center of the rhombus.
There is nothing that would surprise me anymore.
Teli takes off the necklace and the baby's blanket, wraps the baby into a different fabric, and rocks it in her arms. Nabi grabs the blanket and the necklace and leaves the room. Cut 2. Interior attic later. We see a dark attic, full of a lot of different stuff. Nabi takes the dusty copper jug from the top of the closet and hides the chain with the pendant and blanket in it. Cut 2. Interior kitchen later. Nabi enters the kitchen. We see a baby in Guli's arm. Both are awake. Guli looks better than a minute ago. She is not as pale and even has a blush in her cheeks. She smiles. Nabi approaches them and they exchange tender looks. They smile at each other. Nabi gently caresses the baby's head. Teli sits at the table and sips on a glass of tea. Everything is clean around. The window is open and a sunbeam fills the kitchen with warmth.
She smells like flowers. She is so adorable, but she is different. skin is so white, and her eyes are blue.
You know, she probably took after my great-grandmother. People told she was blonde.
You know, I saw a dream. Some old man came to me and told that my daughter's name is Lanaia. Should we call her Lanaia? What do you think?
It is a beautiful name.
We hear voices outside. The door opens and we see Nabi's and Guli's parents with Jaywin and Aslan. They are happy and excited. Teli leaves the house. Nabi follows her. Exterior, yard, morning. Nabi stops Teli before she exits the gates.
Teli, I want to ask you for a favor. Nobody should ever know about it. Please, promise that you will never tell anyone.
Don't worry, Nabi. This secret will stay with me. I promise.
Thank you.
Teli exits the gate. Super Untitled, the Flute of Peace.